The Las Vegas Raiders are in a tight spot after a tough loss. Coach Antonio Pierce stirred up drama around the quarterback position, but by day's end, it was clear Gardner Minshew would start again with O'Connell as his backup. Minshew wasn't great, but he wasn't the main reason for the loss. He had a decent game, completing 18 of 28 passes for 214 yards with a touchdown and a pick.
Yeah, so that isn't. I mean, I'm sorry. Gardner Minshew, he wasn't the main issue that day. The whole team came out flat. The defense wasn't there. The offense just their run game is abysmal. They can't get anything going, and they came out. I don't know. I don't want to say they came out big headed, but they were just outplayed really bad.
Hmm.
Like you just had no. It just seemed like they were so flat through the whole game. I know Max Crosby was hurt; he wasn't 100%, and it's like you guys. It's a team sport. Just because one of your leaders is hurt and can't go 100% full speed doesn't mean you guys should pull back. Um, you know, I think Antonio Pierce was frustrated. I think he probably said some things he probably shouldn't have said to the media.
Yeah,
Um,
Pierce's comments seem frustrated and vague. As a new coach, he's still learning. The quick decision to stick with Minshew shows a change wasn't seriously considered.
Absolutely, it was some comments I feel like he should have kept in house. But hey, I mean, you look on Twitter, some of the fans appreciated the transparency, calling people out. Some people want to see that, but that's not always the route to go. Sometimes it's best to talk about things in house. This weekend coming up, you got Max Crosby possibly out. You got Devontae Adams out, possibly out for a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. You got people speculating, with business decision comments. People are saying, thinking that Devontae Adams is checked out and maybe he's going to get traded, and um, so he has to be careful what he says because his words hold a lot of power being the head coach. He needs to be a little bit more in house about things, and don't let the frustration take over because now the speculation wheel has started for the past week about who's not playing, who's not trying, who's going to be traded, what business decisions are going to be made. So those are the words you got to be careful.
Yeah, and didn't O'Connell play for a bit, and that Pierce said that he wanted to fire up the team again? Yeah, O'Connell did some action and completed 9 of 12 passes for 82 yards with a score. You're just scrambling people's minds now about it. Like,
Yeah, you said you were looking for a spark. You were hoping to get a spark from the offense. And I mean, that's fine, but at the end of the day, they weren't going to win that game. I could have kind of just looked at it as, let's just call it a day. Let's not get our starting quarterback hurt. Let's put our second stringers in there, see if they can get something going. Let's leave the game on a good note. But, a quarterback controversy, and you're only on week 3 is kind of crazy. Um, I'm glad he did stick with Minshew because they got a lot of other things that need to be addressed before the quarterback right now. Honestly, the game as a whole was just horrible.
yeah, and the team needs to know their coaches believe in their quarterback. If Minshew doesn't prove he needs to be benched, this drama is just a distraction they can't afford. So,
Absolutely. So he made the right decision ultimately in the end with sticking with Minshew. But I hope he's learned from, just be careful what you say. Your head coach can't be saying anything. And people will run wild with your comments. You could have meant something that wasn't big to you, but was big to everyone else.
right.